I'm 68 years old, and I'm done. I'm completely, utterly done with the job market. Done chasing this so-called American dream. The white picket fence, the endless grind, the promise that if you just work hard enough, sacrifice enough, buy enough, one day you'll finally feel fulfilled. I'm done with all of it. Done chasing side hustles. Done spending money on things I never needed. Done buying material stuff I don't even remember purchasing. And if you clicked on this video, I have a feeling you're tired too. Maybe you're exhausted from running a race that never seems to end. Maybe deep down you're starting to realize something isn't right, that the life you were told to build doesn't actually feel like living. Stay with me until the end, because I truly believe this might help you. Because I've come to a painful realization. I wasted years chasing the wrong things. And maybe you have too. I bought into the dream, the script, the system, the idea that if I just kept pushing, someday it would all make sense. It didn't. So how did I get here? I'll give you a little of my story. Not an autobiography, but enough so you understand why this hit me so hard. I just turned 68 this June, but honestly, this awakening started years ago. I began feeling this quiet discomfort, this voice in the back of my head saying, there has to be more than this. I wasn't happy. I wasn't anywhere close to where I thought I'd be at this stage of life. Some of that was my fault, some of it wasn't. But this year, everything became crystal clear. What really pushed me over the edge was my health. I had medical issues, many connected to my military service and the VA. Because of that, I missed too many days at work, and eventually, I was asked to resign. Just like that, my job was gone. After everything I'd given, I even made a video about it because honestly, it felt surreal. But what happened next shocked me even more. I tried getting back into the workforce. Nobody wanted me, and I'm not exaggerating. I sent out hundreds of applications. Hundreds. Nothing. Companies wanted younger people, cheaper labor, fresh college grads. I even applied for lower paying jobs. Jobs far below what I used to do. Still nothing. That's when it hit me. Something is broken. Something is deeply wrong with this system. I tried everything, and eventually I had to ask myself, why am I still playing a game that clearly isn't built for me anymore? Why keep begging for permission to survive? That's when something shifted inside me. I said, enough. I don't have to keep playing this game. I can choose a different one. I can take my life back. I've always been the type of person who wanted freedom, wanted to take risks, wanted to do something different. But like most people, I kept following the script. Work, pay bills, buy stuff, repeat, year after year. No more. This is my year. I'm moving to the coast. I'm finally doing something I've dreamed about for years. I'm taking the risk. Now, to be clear, I'm fortunate in that I don't absolutely need a full-time job to survive. A lot of this channel is about semi-retirement, simplifying life, and finding freedom earlier than society says you can. That said, I still want income. I still want security. The future is uncertain, but I refuse to live trapped by fear anymore. So I started taking real steps. The biggest one? Downsizing. I live in a small house, about 900 square feet, pretty modest. I always considered myself frugal, but then I started preparing to move and began going through everything. And I realized something. Sure, the house was small, but the basement? Packed. Office? Packed. Storage? Packed. Stuff everywhere. I started sorting through it all. Drawers, shelves, boxes. And I was stunned. Absolutely stunned. Even as someone who's careful with money, I had accumulated so much useless stuff. Tools, machines, equipment from side businesses, an embroidery machine, a laser machine, CNC machines, an exercise bike I can't even use anymore because of health problems, on. And I just stood there thinking, holy cow, how did all this happen? If I have this much stuff, what does the average house look like? And the deeper I dug, the harder the truth hit. Look at all this money. Look at all this time. Look at all this energy. Gone. Chasing side businesses. Chasing success. Flipping houses. Trying to get ahead. I hauled truckloads to the dump. Sold bigger items on Marketplace. Gave away piles of stuff. And let me tell you something. It felt like a full-time job just getting rid of everything. Then something strange happened. 2 weeks later, I looked around and thought, what did I even throw away? I couldn't remember. I didn't miss any of it. Not one thing. Half the stuff I found I didn't even remember buying. I couldn't remember when I got it or why I thought I needed it. That's when my eyes fully opened. We waste so much money, so much time. And the truth? I don't think we need nearly as much money as we've been told we need. Not if we stop feeding the machine. Not if we stop trying to impress people. Not if we stop buying things to fill emotional holes. Because when you get to this stage of life, something becomes painfully clear. The things you own don't matter. Your time matters. Your peace matters. Your freedom matters. Your experiences matter. Yes, we live in a world where money is necessary. I understand that. But I believe most of us need far less than we think. That realization changed me. And honestly, that's a huge reason this channel exists. I want to build a community around this. People choosing freedom. People choosing simplicity. People choosing life. And me? I'm going to the coast. I'm doing it. No more waiting. No more someday. No more fear. And maybe you're not moving. Maybe you're not quitting your job. Maybe you're not selling your house. That's okay. But maybe this can still be your wake-up call. Maybe today is the day you look around and ask yourself, why am I holding on to all this? Why am I working so hard for things that don't even matter? Why am I spending my life this way? And maybe the bigger question is, what would happen if I chose differently? Because I know many of you want out. You want to leave that job you hate. You want early retirement. You want semi-retirement. You want peace. You want to stop waking up miserable every day. And it starts right here. It starts with awareness, with honesty, with courage. It starts by looking at your life and asking, what am I doing and why? I looked at mine and thought, what have I done with all these years? What have I been chasing? And I made a decision. I'm not spending the second half of my life this way, and I hope you don't either. If this video gave you anything at all, even just a small spark, then it was worth making. Take the chance, take the opportunity, take the risk. Do not let fear run your life, because that's what I did for years. And the scariest part, I didn't even realize fear was in control. But now I see it, and I'm done. If you made it this far, thank you, truly. And if this message resonated with you, consider subscribing. This channel is growing slowly, and sometimes I wonder if anyone even sees these videos. But I believe this message matters. I believe these conversations matter. I'm not going to do flashy edits or fancy production. That's not what this is about. This is about truth. This is about real life. And if something here spoke to you, even a little, subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if not, that's okay too. Either way, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you choose freedom.